Today I'm going to talk about something that is pretty controversial in today's political world. I will be talking about how women should always have the right to have an abortion. I will be discussing 3 topics about what would happen if the government took away the right for a woman to have an abortion. If abortions are taken away from women, they will find unsafe ways to have abortions like black market or alleyway abortions. Women that became pregnant because of rape or incest would not be allowed to abort the baby. And finally, unwanted pregnancies can have severe mental effects on women and children. Although others have religious aspects or political beliefs as to why they would not have an abortion, it doesn't mean the right should be taken away from everyone as a whole. They have the right not to have an abortion, but this doesn't mean that somebody else shouldn't be able to have one. Almost everyone associates the term black market or alleyway with something bad or concerning. This is the same case for black market products that can be bought online for abortions or alleyway abortions. According to The Atlantic, botched abortions, like black market abortions, account for 8 to 11% of maternal deaths in countries where it is illegal, which is about 30,000 females every year. It also states that the number of abortions performed in countries where it is illegal is around the same number of abortions performed in countries where it is legal. Through these statistics, we can see that if the government were to get rid of abortions, many women would die trying to perform their own abortion, or by having other unqualified individuals perform an abortion, meaning the ability to have an abortion really wouldn't be limited. New York Times also states that America's abortion rate may be higher than it seems, meaning that the number of abortions not happening in the doctor's office is increasing. The number of self-managed abortions in America is increasing because women are buying pills online. But these pills that are being purchased online have to come from across the border into the United States. Women are also performing their own abortions for the privacy and safety that they have in their own homes. So if the government were to limit the ability to have an abortion, it really wouldn't be limiting the number of self-performed abortions. If abortions are taken away from women, people will continue to perform their own abortions, especially women that fall under the category of rape or incest. National Alliance to End Sexual Violence states that 1 to 5% of women are victims of rape that lead to pregnancy. Whether her attacker was a male in her family or a stranger, she would have to bear the child of her attacker. According to the CDC, out of the 167 million women in the United States, 3 million have experienced RRP, which is rape-related pregnancies. Some may say that this is an insignificant number because 3 million out of 167 would be a smaller percentage. But this is not counting for the total number of rapes alone that did not lead to pregnancy this time. Those women also belong to a family, and most families wouldn't want their daughter to bear the child of their attacker if they did not want to. Mitt Romney, a Republican senator who is notorious for not believing in abortion, stated some pretty shocking statements according to Glenn Cohen. Romney stated while he doesn't believe in abortions, he would give the exception to women that became pregnant because of rape or incest. But this is a problem because there's no sure way of telling whether someone became pregnant of rape or not, and only would lead to unfairness in the government system. Mental health has been a recent topic of interest in today's society, so it is no surprise that mental health during pregnancy is any less important. BMC Pregnancy and Childbirth reports that women who have unwanted pregnancies are more likely to experience maternal depression, stress, lower levels of psychological well-being, and life satisfaction. This then leads them to do damaging things to themselves, but also the baby, such as cigarette smoking, drinking alcohol, and taking medications. All these actions can have serious damage to the growth and development of the baby in the womb, and in serious cases can cause deformities such as fetal alcohol syndrome. Unwanted pregnancies can not only affect the way an individual parents, but also can have consequences on the development of a child. It has been stated that from the age of 3, children of unwanted pregnancies can begin to have many struggles. Around the age of 3, kids can have cognitive delay. From the ages of 5 to 7, you see behavioral issues. And at the age of 14, those behavioral issues increase and they are more likely to abuse substances. This is not the ideal life that we picture for our youth, and it is inhumane to force a woman to have a pregnancy that could destroy her mental health or the mental and physical health of her child. As I wrap up today, I want to remind you of the 3 topics I talked about: black market and alleyway abortions, cases of rape and incest, and the mental health of women and children. I would also like to share why I chose this topic today. My grandmother was pregnant with my mom at the age of 16. I will forever thank her for the choice that she made at such a young and vulnerable age. If she did not make the choice she did, myself, my mother, and my siblings would not be here today. My grandmother and grandfather raised 2 incredible women through all the hardships that they conquered. But but what was best about it is they were allowed to make the decision for themselves. Everyone deserves to have the same choice. So I'd like to leave you with a message: to always make the choices that are right for you, and never let the opinions of others change what you think is best for yourself.